My name is Joshua Randy Abeta. The band is Los Mocochetes, and we are a Chicano funk band from Denver, Colorado. We've been a group for about 3.5 years. Met through Los Mocochetes met through a nonprofit organization in Denver called Youth on Record. Diego and I became friends, and then he introduced me to Elias, who turns out is my cousin. Met Hoser through a different organization called Art from Ashes, doing poetry. Met Eli through Elias, and our drummer John was just a friend of these guys through the music community in Denver, and we all started just kind of hanging out and playing together.
Mocochetes, it means mocoso with machete. Blending words, you know, is like fun. Yeah, it's hip hop, you know, like making things, like blending things, always making it like fresh and new, and like in English or Spanish or whatever language, you know, like that's what culture is like the evolution of that, using the platform of Spanish to create something new and like define ourselves. You know, we feel like we're Booker kids, you know, we like to have fun and joke around, but at the same time we like know how to use our machetes for good, and we know how to keep them sharp, and we know how to continue to like craft ourselves to be better.
We have a lot of writers in the band. I would say Hoser's most well known for the poetry because he's placed top 5 in the International World Poetry Slam Championship. Diego does a lot of slam poetry. Our drummer John raps, and Elias and I both write, and so we all kind of use the pen as one of our tools. The song Gypsy, Rest in Peace, it talks a lot about the changes that our city has gone through, being born and raised in Denver and seeing a lot of new people come in, and seeing the culture change and gentrification, and seeing places that we love shutting down because the rent's too high and people can't afford to be in the neighborhoods they were raised in. If you look on an even further arc of history, a repeating of the cycle of colonization where Europeans came over, and you know, pretty much everyone in the band has indigenous roots, and just to see another wave of people who came from elsewhere to kind of like push the people out economically and culturally. That's what that song speaks to, and so that is probably the most personal song. Well, it was the 50-year anniversary of the West High walkouts, and so that's a pretty significant moment in Chicano history, especially in Denver. That protest began because so many Latino, black and brown students were being mistreated by teachers who generally tended to be white. Civil rights was pretty fresh, and desegregation was fresh, and even though schools were integrated, black and brown students weren't being treated fairly. It's imperative that we get on our feet and do something, and to honor the people who stood there before us was really crucial. And if you listen to our music, a lot of the messages of the music are in that vein of taking action to change the world for the better.
The sun will shine. Let's see, it's been like, what, 4 years now that I wrote it? It's funny because I just found the journal, and it was like a journal that I was carrying around in a real small journal. I was seeing, I was like capturing, and through how I seen it, how I felt about it, you know, because I was on the bus in the morning time, about 7 in the morning, and like grabbed some coffee, and like there was this woman with like this super like minked out jacket. She like got on the bus like and was like on the phone all crazy and stuff, and I was like, why am I even judging this person? You know, like, who am I to judge anyone? You know, really, you know, like, I'm here like getting to work, like, you know, we're all in existence like for our purpose, you know, we're doing our thing.